Hello students, welcome to all once again. In previous in morning section, that means in morning section we discussed about solution lesson. Now we continue the same lesson, vapor pressure of a in solution lesson the topic is vapor pressure of a liquid. Okay, so liquid have a tendency to evaporate. So if the kinetic energy of molecules in the liquid state, the intramolecular force of attraction between them, the molecule will escape from the liquid state. So this process called as a evaporation. Then if evaporation carried out only for a closed container, the vapor remain contact with the surface in the liquid. The vapor molecules are continuous random motion during the collide with each other the wall of the container. As a result, the collision is inelastic. The lose the energy. The result, the vapor return back to the liquid state. This process called as a condensation. So, what is evaporation? The intramolecular force of attraction between the molecule will escape from the liquid state. This process called as a evaporation. The loss energy, the result vapor returns back to the liquid state is called as a condensation. So evaporation and condensation are continuous process if the process carried out only closed system. At a stage is reached, the rate of that is evaporation becomes equal to the rate of condensation. So the equilibrium between the liquid and its vapor. The pressure of the vapor in equilibrium with the liquid is called as vapor pressure of the liquid at given temperature. The vapor pressure of liquid depends the nature, temperature and surface area. Then okay, the next one, vapor pressure of a liquid solution. When a solute, if any state, it may be liquid, solid or gas, it dissolve in a liquid solvent, so we get a liquid solution. The solution which contain two compounds, one is a solvent, then another one is a solid, it is called as a binary solution. So we have discussed the solution in gaseous, solute in liquid, solvent under say Henry's law. So first one is vapor pressure of binary solution of liquids in liquid. So the both the form, that is the both the solvent and solid both are in a liquid state, so that we can say binary solution of liquids in liquids. Okay, now let us consider binary liquid solution formed by dissolving that. We can take the two components, the liquid solute A and B. The A is a liquid solute and the B is a pure solvent in a closed vessel. Both the components present the solution would evaporate the equilibrium between the liquid and vapor phase of the components A and B. So the French chemist Raoult proposed the relationship between the vapor pressure and mole fraction of the two components. The two components A and B. So the Raoult's law say the solution of the volatile liquid, the partial vapor pressure of the each component, the solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction. So according to the Raoult's law, we can take the first component A. PA is directly proportional to the X. We know what is P and what is X. So PA equal to KX. That is a proportionality constant. So XA equal to 1 means K equal to P naught A. So P naught A is the vapor pressure of the pure component A at the same temperature. So therefore we can write PA equal to what? PA naught XA. So similarly for the same component, then another component of the B, PB equal to PB naught XB. You know the mean what is X and what is XA and XB. What is XA and XB? Mole fraction of the component A and B. So according to the Dalton law of the partial pressure of Dalton's law, the partial pressure of the total pressure in closed vessel will be equal to sum of the partial pressure of the individual components. So we can write P total equal to PA plus PB. So substituting the PA from the equation of the above one 9.4 and 9.5, we get the answer P total equal to XA PA naught plus XB P naught PB naught. So we know that XA plus XB equal to 1. So XA equal to 1 minus XB. Therefore we can rearrange the equation P total equal to 1 minus XB PA naught plus XB PB naught. So we get a straight line from the above equation y equal to mxc. The plot we can plot a graph, the P total versus XB. We get a straight line, the slope PB minus PA, then intercept is a PA naught. Okay. So we can draw a graph the solution liquid contains solution toluene and benzene. We get a straight line. So the pure benzene and toluene we can plot a graph. The graph show the partial pressure of the pure components increase with increase the mole fraction of the respective components. So the total components of the solute and solvent given the following, we get a straight line. Then next, vapor pressure of the binary solution is solid in liquids. In previous, we can take liquids in liquid, both the solid and liquid, both the solid and solid in a liquid form. Here, the solid and liquids, solutes are different. One is a solid form, the other one is a liquid form. So the non-volatile solute dissolved in a pure solvent, the vapor pressure of the pure solvent will decrease. So the vapor pressure of the solution will depends on the solvent molecule, and the solute is a non-volatile because the solute is a non-volatile. Okay. For example, when sodium chloride is added to the water, the vapor pressure of the solution is lowered. So the vapor pressure of the solution is determined number of molecule solvent present in the surface at any time, the proportional to the mole fraction of the solvents. So we can write the volatile solvent particles, non-volatile solid particles. Okay, look at the diagram. So the P solution equal to directly proportional to the XA, then P solution KXA, we can write KXA equal to 1, so K equal to P naught solvent. P naught is a partial pressure of the pure solvent. So P solution equal to P naught solvent XA. So we can write P solution by P solvent equal to XA. So 1 minus P solution, so we can write 1 minus XA. So in the same way we can write the XP. So XA plus XP equal to 1, XP equal to 1 minus XA. So the above expression, the relative lowering of vapor pressure based on the Raoult's law. We say the relative lowering of vapor pressure of ideal solution containing the non-volatile is equal to the mole fraction of the solute at a given temperature. Now we can compare the Raoult's law and the Henry's law. So according to the Raoult's law, the solution containing the non-volatile solute P solute equal to P solute X solute, whereas the Henry's law KHX. So the difference between the Raoult's law and Henry's law, the Raoult's law is applicable for the non-volatile solute in a liquid solvent, whereas the Henry's law gaseous solute in a liquid solvent. So if the Henry's law constant will become equal to the vapor pressure of the pure solvent, so Raoult's law becomes special case of the Henry's law. For dilute solution, the solvent obeys Raoult's law, the solute obeys the Henry's law. So these are the comparison of Raoult's law and Henry's law. The next topic is ideal and non-ideal solution. So what is ideal solution? Ideal solution is a solution in which each component, that is the solute as well as the solvent, obey the Raoult's law over the entire range of concentrations. So practically no solution is ideal over the entire range of concentrations. So the concentration of the solute is very low, so the dilution becomes ideally. Okay, if the two components present the solution A and B are identical in size, structure, having almost similar intermolecular attractive force between, that is A, B and BA, the solution tend to behave like an ideal solution. For an ideal solution means there is no change the volume on mixing the two components, whereas the solute and solvent, that del V equal to 0. There is no exchange of heat when the solute dissolve and the solvent, so the heat also 0. Then escaping tendency of the solute and the solvent present, it should be same as a pure liquid. So these are the ideal solutions. Okay, the example for ideal solution: benzene, toluene, then ethyl bromide, ethyl iodide, etc. Then what is non-ideal solution? Which do not obey the Raoult's law. The entire range of concentrations are called as a non-ideal solutions. For a non-ideal solution, there is a change in volume and enthalpy upon mixing. It's not equal. So it is a deviation for the non-ideal solutions. It also can be either positive or negative. So the non-ideal solutions are positive deviation from the Raoult's law. First we discuss negative deviation of the Raoult's law. First we discuss the positive deviation of the Raoult's law. So the nature of the deviation of Raoult's law, the intermolecular interaction between the solute A and solvent B. So consider this case, the intermolecular attractive force between A and B weaker than those between the molecule of A molecules B, BB. The molecule present such solution have greater tendency to escape the solution when compared to the ideal solution of by A and B. So consequently, the vapor pressure of such non-ideal solution, such non-ideal solutions increases greater than sum of the vapor pressure of the A and B predicate by Raoult's law. So this type of deviations, here PA, here the PA is PA not XB and PB BB XB. So we total PA XA plus PB XB. So let us understand the positive deviation means the solution of ethyl alcohol. We can take the one example, ethyl alcohol water. In this solution, the hydrogen bonding interaction between ethanol and water is weaker than those of hydrogen bond interaction among themselves, ethyl alcohol and water interaction. So as a result, the increase in evaporation of the both the compound from aqueous solution ethanol, consequently the vapor pressure of the solution is greater the vapor pressures. So the mixing of the process is endothermic. The del H mixing 0, there will be slight increase the volume of del V mixing. Okay, so the examples of non-ideal solution of the positive deviation: ethyl alcohol, cyclohexane, benzene, acetone, etc. The next deviations from negative deviations from Raoult's law. So negative deviation from Raoult's law, here we can take the A and B, that is A is a solute and B is a solvent. The attractive force between these two, the stronger the intramolecular attractive force between individual components of A and B and B. So the escaping tendency of A and B will be lower when compared to the ideal solution formed by A and B. So the vapor pressure of such solution will be lower than some of the vapor pressure of the A and B. So this type of deviation is called as a negative deviations. So let us consider an example of this one, phenol and aniline. Both phenol and aniline from hydrogen bond interaction among. Okay, so when mixed with the aniline, the phenol molecule form hydrogen bonding interaction with the aniline. Which are the stronger? The hydrogen bond formed. So the formation of the new hydrogen bond considerably the reduced escaping tendency of the phenol and aniline from the solution. As a result, the vapor pressure of solution is less. There is a slight decrease in volume of del V mixing and mixing during the process of evolution of heat take place. So it is a exothermic. Del H mixing is a exothermic. So these are the negative deviations. So negative deviations means acetone plus chloroform. Chloroforms, we can take the both organic compounds. Positive deviation we compare to the alcohol and water. Then here the both organic molecules example for the negative deviations. Okay. The next topic is colligative properties. Okay, so what is colligative properties? Colligative property means when you add sugar, it becomes sweet, while addition of salt make it salty. So the property of solution differs nature of the solute particle present in the solutions. Okay, so the ideal dilute solution, the property namely relative lowering of vapor pressure, elevation of boiling point, depression freezing point, osmotic pressure do not depend the chemical nature of the solute, but depends only the number of solute particles present in the solutions. So these four properties are called as a colligative properties. Okay, so first we discussed relative lowering of vapor pressure. It represents the del P. So relating of lowering of vapor pressure, del P, the vapor pressure of the solution containing non-volatile non-electrolyte solute is always lower the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Okay, so we can take one example. Consider the closed system in which a pure solvent in equilibrium with its vapor. Pure solvent equilibrium between with its vapor. At equilibrium, the molar Gibbs free energy solvent in liquid, the gas phase, liquid and gas phase are equal, so that del G equal to 0. When solute is added to the solvent, the dissolution take place, the free energy G decreases due to increase in entropy. So a closed system in which the pure solvent equilibrium with its vapor, at equilibrium the molar Gibbs free energy solvent liquid and gaseous phase are equal. del G equal to 0. Whereas the solute is added to the solvent, the dissolution take place, the free energy G decrease and increase in entropy. Okay. So in order to maintain the equilibrium, the free energy of the vapor phase must also decreases. So in given temperature, the free energy of the vapor, the reduce the pressure, the vapor pressure of the solution must decrease to maintain the equilibrium. Okay, this is a relative lowering of vapor pressure. The next one, elevation of boiling point. So elevation means it is expanded one, elevation of boiling point. The boiling point means we know the meaning of term boiling point. The boiling point is an important physical property of liquid. The boiling point of liquid, the temperature in which vapor pressure becomes equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. Okay, so the non-volatile solute is added to the pure solvent. The boiling point, the vapor pressure solution lower below 1 atmosphere. So as a result, the solution boils higher temperature TB than boiling point of the pure solvent. The increase of boiling point is known as a elevation of boiling point. We can plot the graph vapor pressure versus temperature for water and aqueous solutions given below. So the vapor pressure of the solution increase in temperature. So the variation of the vapor pressure with respect to the temperature for pure water, it gives violet color curve. This is a violet color curve. Then at 100 degrees Celsius, the vapor pressure of the water is equal to 1 atmosphere. The boiling point of water is a 100 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is a 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So the solute is added to the water, 1 atmospheric pressure. The 1 atmospheric pressure, the solute is added to water, the vapor pressure of the resultant solution is lowered. So we can plot the graph. The vapor pressure of the solution is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, which is greater than TB. The difference between the two temperature, TB and TB dash. So what is TB? The vapor pressure. In previous we discussed the elevation of the boiling point. That is the solution boiling the high temperature is a TB. The boiling point of pure solvent is a TB. So the elevation of the boiling point TB minus TB naught. Okay. Elevation of boiling point is directly proportional to the concentration of the solute. So del Tp directly proportional to the M is the molarity of the solution. So del Tp equal to Kpm. So the molar boiling point elevation constant is a constant. Okay. The next one is a depression in a freezing point. So depression in freezing point. What is meant by the depression freezing point? For example, the freezing point of water is a 0 degrees Celsius. Freezing point of water is a 0 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, the ice and water, at this temperature, ice and water in a equilibrium. Ice and water in a equilibrium. So ice and water is a equilibrium. The non-volatile solute is added to, non-volatile solute is added to the water. The freezing point of the solution is lower to the 0 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius. The lowering of the freezing point, the solvent, when the solute is added, is called as a depression of the freezing point. Okay. So what is freezing point? At the freezing point, the temperature at which solid, the liquid state of the substance have the same vapor pressure. Okay. At the freezing point, the water is at 0 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, ice and water in equilibrium. When non-volatile solute is added to the water, the freezing point solution is lowered from the 0 degree. So the lowering the freezing point of the solvent from the solute is added is called as a depression of the freezing point. Okay. So the depression of the freezing point, we can plot a graph. So we can plot graph for the freezing point of depression constant. So the vapor pressure versus temperature, the solutions indicate the freezing point Tf is lower than the 0 degrees Celsius. So Tf can be expressed del Tf equal to Tf naught minus Tf. So the experimentally result, the depression of the freezing point is directly proportional to the concentration of the solute particles. Okay, so here del Tf is directly proportional to m is a molarity of the solution. So Kf is a molar freezing point depressions constant is called as a hygroscopic constant. Okay, the next one, osmotic and osmotic pressure. So we recall what is freezing point, then what is elevation of boiling point, and what is relative of lower pressure of the colligative properties. These four terms are colligative properties. Relating lowering of vapor pressure is represent del P. Then elevation of the boiling point. So elevation of boiling point means the, what is the elevation of boiling point? The boiling point, the increase, the solution boils at higher temperature, the boiling point of the pure solvent increase the boiling point is known as the elevation of boiling point. So depression of the freezing point, the temperature at the solid, the liquid state substance have the same vapor pressure. Okay, then last one is a osmotic and osmotic pressure. So what is meant by osmotic and osmotic pressure? So it is a biological process depend upon the osmosis. It is a spontaneous process. The solvent molecule pass through the semi-permeable membrane from the solution to the lower concentration to the higher concentrations. Okay, the term osmosis is derived from the Greek word osmos means which means to push. So it is important, the semi-permeable membrane selectively allows certain molecule solution pass through. Okay, so let us take an example. For simple apparatus, a semi-permeable membrane separate the chamber into the two compartments. So water and pure solvent. Okay, so the added to the first water pure solvent is added to the first compartment, and the aqueous NaOH solution is added to the second compartment, such that liquid level both the sides are equal. So since there is a concentration between the liquid present in the two compartments, that is a water and NaCl, the water molecule move from the first compartment second compartment through the semi-permeable membrane. So the membrane allow only the water molecule to pass through the either direction but not allow the NaCl. It allow only the water, not allow the NaCl. The net flow of water, the sodium chloride solution, increase the volume, decrease the concentration, and create the pressure difference between the compartments. Okay, so the solvent side, the semi-permeable membrane is a equilibrium is established. So at the equilibrium, the rate of momentum of solvent molecule, both the directions are equal. The pressure difference between the equilibrium is called as a osmotic pressure. It represents the pi. So the osmotic pressure can be defined. The pressure must be applied to the solution, stop influx of the solvent to stop osmosis through a semi-permeable membrane. So the equation is a pi equal to CRT. Here C is a concentration, T is a temperature, R is a gas constant. So it is a osmosis and osmotic pressure. Okay, so in determination of molar mass from osmotic pressure according to the Van der Waals equation, so pi equal to CRT, C equal to NV. You know the what is N? N is a number of moles of solid, V is a liter of the solution. Therefore pi equal to N by V RT. So we can write pi V equal to nRT. So if the solution is prepared, dissolving the non-volatile solute of the solvent, the number of moles of N equal to WB into MB. So MB is a molar mass of the solute. So this is a osmotic pressure. Okay, so in the colligative property, it can be expressed in the four ways. First one is a relative lowering of vapor pressure, then elevation of boiling point, then depression of the freezing point, and then last one is a osmotic and osmotic pressure. So it is a very easy concept. You just read the concept, you clearly understand the concept. Okay, I hope you understand the concept. Thank you, and prepare well for your exam. Thank you.